Still annoyed about the fact I didn't get to Moscow first. Grr. Now we're just going to have to sit on the occupied territories until the others piece them out. Which could take a while. Especially as they haven't taken a huge amount of territory. This is the downside of three-way wars, is the others don't want to peace out. Forts are a good investment, changed my mind. No, I agree with you. Have you seen how many forts I have? Although admittedly I haven't really changed much about them. I did build some more down here to deal with the Ottomans, because when I was hemmed in between Muscovy and the Ottomans, when that alliance was up and running, my intention was to block the Ottomans here and basically just keep them out of my lands as much as possible to stop these two uniting together while I went and took out Muscovy, which is actually how we beat them. We fought the Ottomans in a couple of very large battles at these forts, but those forts held. Benign neglect. It seems that the government that governs the least governs the best as far as those outside the capital are concerned. Where is this? Somewhere completely unpronounceable. Yeah, I'm not even going to pretend I know where that is. S-I-E-W-E-I-E-R-S. Nope, that... S-I-E-W-I-E-R-S. That place. Yeah, obviously it's way over there. This is an iron-producing place. Your production should be good. It is not a trading centre, so I don't care about trade. Manpower. It's not a huge manpower place, so this is definitely production. Oh, production's not one of them. Local trade power, irrelevant. So this is tax versus manpower. Manpower. Which is what I need right now. Right, are these guys still disloyal? Nope. Good. Oh, and Riga is mine. Right, so when I'm at peace, I'm going to have to see if I can start diplo-annexing Riga or not. Another thing, I seem to have quite a lot of cash. Are there any buildings I want to build? We could get some manufactories up and running. Production's not a great investment, neither is that. Marketplaces. Not at present. I think I might actually start working on the manufactories. Let's get some of those going. So that when manufacturing spawns, we can grab that. Although printing press has only just appeared. We're still 2 away. In fact, for global trade, you need to have the most valuable trade node, which is not going to be the Baltic. Yeah, these ones are already hugely more. Wow, Sevilla's not worth much at all. It's all going to Genoa. Lubeck. Lubeck is the second most valuable after Genoa. Genoa usually is the strongest in the game. If you're able to get the Genoa node, go for it. Ah, they made peace. Good. Your siege 3. Where's my siege 5? That's you. You go there. You go. There. You come over here. You're already getting Yaroslavl. Good. Alright, Moscow's going to be mine. So what did Kazan actually take off of them? Kazan took this stuff. Which has actually blocked me from getting to Siberia. So at some point I'm going to have to break my alliance with Kazan so I can get into Siberia. Alright. Or we could just leave Siberia uncolonized. And go via Persia. That would... No, I'm not going to plan this around Victoria. I still need to do the Knights of Victoria game. Genoa has been supremely useful in the ongoing Sardinia-Piedmont game. Yeah, Genoa is amazing. It is an absolutely amazing trade node. The only one that could theoretically rival them would be the English Channel. But the problem that the English Channel is they don't really have easy access to Mediterranean trade, and so trade coming through Alexandria. So English Channel becomes really good late game, but Genoa is good throughout. Early on you have access to all the Mediterranean, you have access through Alexandria to the well, that's not the Far East, to the subcontinent and the Middle East, while the English Channel has access to far less. And then once the colonies appear, Venice is usually a rival early on, but Venice has no access to colonial trade. There is nothing that goes to Venice. It all goes to Genoa or the English Channel. So yeah, Genoa remains useful throughout the game. I'm just going to double check if that's true about Venice. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, I guess you could send it to the Ivory Coast. Is there a way of Ivory Coast to Alexandria? Because Tunis does not feed into Venice. Now, I'm pretty sure that Venice cannot be fed by the colonies. So then eventually you have trade coming in through the Middle East, or you have trade coming around the Horn of Africa, as long as you control Ivory Coast, and then into Genoa. It's good. You're attacking me with 900 men. That's not going to work. And we have an uprising in a province with a fort. Have fun with that. Moscow has fallen. Glorious. Yaroslav has fallen. So now I'm going to see what Novgorod takes, and then I'll just take the rest. If I can hold out for that long. Wow, I am way over my Diplo limit. I'm getting military access from Crimea. I'll need to cancel that. Wow. Genoa actually won a war. Crikey. Over here, Genoa has actually expanded their colonial holdings. Military access. Cancel. Sweden, that's fine. Riga's fine. Moravia, Kazan, Novgorod. Brandenburg. So yes, at some point I will need to cancel the alliance with Kazan, I think. What's so common in this wealth? All the wealth is commonly owned by me. Okay, so we can get another thingy. We've already got the Polish crown, which is goods produced plus 33%, which is part of the reason my economy, wow, is so ridiculous right now. We could get blockade impact, that's irrelevant. Mercenary discipline, possibly. I don't use trade ships, so that's irrelevant. Resistance to reformation. Why would I want that? I am the reformed. Yeah, I think we're going to go for the mercenaries. We've actually been getting a lot of points. And Muscovy wants peace. Oh. Religious uproar. According to the governor of Misklo, the citizens are in uproar because of our missionaries' complete lack of respect for any religious practices or traditions different from their own. He is asking us to consider cancelling all further missionary activities in the area, or at least send some more troops until things calm down. So we could have an uprising. We gain a bunch of unrest, but gain some free infantry. I don't really need infantry, so I'm going to see where on earth this place is, and then just drop some troops on it, and then once they arrive, we'll hit the button. Where they will immediately die. Having been met by my general, they've not got all their morale back. Bye-bye. It was not nice knowing you. I could get a new idea. An offensive. We are still 6 years ahead of time, which I'm going to judge to be... Ooh, maybe not. Although we do have cheaper tech cost. Prestige from land battles. This will give me another 5% discipline, which I would rather like to have. Yeah, go ahead. That give me innovativeness as well. I think it may have. I clicked through a little too quickly. Right, where was the other place? It was here. How on earth do you pronounce this? See where Shazna. See where Shazna? I did have a Polish guy in my comments on YouTube trying to give me a little bit of a pronunciation guide where the CZs sound like CH. So see where Shazna. That's what I'm going to say it sounds like. I have no idea. If you happen to know, let me know. I've never seen Genoa expand, though. I'm either not in Europe or dealing with my own issues in Europe. I've seen Genoa expand a fair amount in Italy. I very rarely see them expand in Crimea, the Black Sea. Usually this stuff just gets absorbed by Crimea. But I guess Crimea is themselves doing quite bad. I think I had a... Did I fight Crimea? I have a feeling that was actually the Ottomans. And I could go up in admin really, really early to get another 2 innovativeness. I don't think that's worth that cost. Because that's going to be an increase of, yeah, 50%.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Hey, Ben, thanks very much for the host. So yeah, we're not going to do that. Although what I might do is spend some development. Because these are actually... Wow, Warsaw is super duper cheap. Hello. Okay, that price goes up pretty quickly too. But this is my capital, and it is a cloth-producing province. I want to get it to 30. There we go. I think that's suitable for a capital of our grandeur. Our income immediately goes up. Good. Oh, I could even be taking war taxes. Ah, it's not worth the military points. No. Muscovy really wants peace. Relations improved. We have found common ground with one of our neighbours in the fact that we share the same faith. Our relations have improved, and this can only be good for the future. Hooray! Of course, I force converted you. I really should fight some wars of religion in Germany, I think. Try and get a couple more heretics, reformed on our side. Michael has become a navigator. Is this the same heir? Because wasn't he an entrepreneur? It's probably a different heir. It's a different heir. So, the Brandenburg heir is a navigator. Oh, they do have a coastline. They took out Pomerania. Fine. So who would I like to have the most? What's mine like? Commonwealth. 034. No, we don't want that guy. He's terrible. 323. Yeah, better than 303. 550 would be acceptable. From Cleves. Albania. 446. Yes, please. I really wish it was possible to vote for other people's heirs. I mean, I'm Poland. Surely I would have that kind of say. Didn't the Venetians think about building a Suez Canal at one point to compete with the Portuguese? That really would have changed history if they'd done that, wouldn't it? Oh, this is... Wow! Okay, so Muscovy's navy is beating Novgorod's. They did indeed beat them. Religious resistance is proving much harder than anticipated to convert the citizens of Mejisclo. Although a few of them have showed some clear interest in the beginning, the majority don't seem willing to embrace the new religion. We will increase our efforts. You are still present. Increase. And yeah, this is a pentagram, so we might well be fighting witches. I think it just means pagans. What kind of... Francelli heretics. Fraticelli heretics. Many within the church are of the opinion that we, as a leading reformed nation, should send our ministers abroad to ensure the true Reformation continues to spread. So Hungary would get a little bit annoyed. I don't care about Hungary getting annoyed. Send them! I'm going to stop spying on Muscovy and I'm going to start improving relations with Austria. Because I would really do without Austria meddling in my affairs. Once the AE starts going up. And if we take out a big chunk of Muscovy, it probably will. Even though they're a heretic nation to Austria, and even though they are quite a long way away. You really, really want peace, don't you? Isn't that a shame? Come on, Novgorod, peace them out. Actually, what could I take with a 99% war score? $99% overextension, that's okay. How much would they cost to vassalize? 150% even with me taking all of this. I would be okay with this. We're grabbing 2 more forts out of it. We're grabbing some of the richest territories in Russia. That's a lot of overextension. Nizhny Novgorod don't care, Muscovy don't care, Bohemia already hates me. Austria is gaining a bit more, but we're working to reduce that. Denmark. Denmark's the only dangerous one because they're allied with one of my allies. Although that would be 4 years and I could burn them away. If I'm not improving relations, which I will do. And Hungary, too small to care. I think that's probably acceptable. I have no overextension right now. Yeah, we're going to send this. I think this is about as good as we're going to get. And there it is. Commonwealth now owns Muscovy. Let's start coring. 0 war exhaustion. This is why I love that ability. Like that Nihil Novi, the constant reduction to war exhaustion, because it happens even when you're at war. It's so useful. Brandenburg, or rather Prussia, gets an even better version of it. That's really good. Alright, how long's my truce with you? Till 68, 15 years, that's the maximum I believe. Moravia wants a royal marriage. I can agree to that. So, Riga. I could begin annexing you right now. Cost 104, we're actually short on diplomatic points, so we're not going to do that until we have some more in the bank. And we could, quite frankly, just start drilling again. Let's bring our armies a little bit further into our borders. Does Novgorod even have the ideas to compete with Lubeck? They have one idea which is frankly amazing. That's Ivan's 100. Yearly Republican tradition plus 0.5. Theoretically that would mean basically unlimited monarch points. Because with that you could continue to re-elect the same leader far more. Like 50% more than most merchant republics. Which is one of the biggest problems merchant republics have is supposedly they're supposed to get more monarch points than monarchies, though in reality, someone did the maths, they don't, and they don't by a long way. That Ivan's 100 can really help. Especially if you take the right ideas and you get the right policies, you can really beef up that Republican tradition gain. So they have mercenary maintenance, diplomatic reputation, yearly prestige. Prestige can be helpful because prestige means more trade power. Missionary strength, not amazing. Ivan's 100, amazing. Like, the whole reason I played as Novgorod, other than my ever so slight bias towards Novgorod, thanks to Patrician, is because of that idea. I think the only other one that gets that is Milan? Maybe? Possibly Florence? And then +1 merchant, +5% global trade power. They're not the best ideas. We'll have to come back to them to see what... Actually, I can just look it up, can't I? Novgorod. +25% plus 20% national manpower modifier. Huge armies. Funding the thingy. +1 yearly navy tradition. That is good. That means you get better admirals. And then plus 15% privateer efficiency. Ah, here's one. Minus 20% light ship cost. Doesn't sound like a lot, but considering how expensive building light ships en masse gets, that is actually very, very potent. The problem is they don't have any way of increasing their naval force limit. You have to do that through ideas. And considering your very limited coastline, you're not going to have as big a navy as someone like Lubeck. And then plus 20% fort defense for a merchant republic's not great. Really, their shining one is Ivan's 100. It's a really, really good idea. I can not check Milan. I can't check Florence either. I just want to double check this. I'm curious now. Milan. I feel like Milan gets one. Nope, Milan does not get one. Florence and or Tuscany. Does not either. So no. Novgorod is basically one of like 2 nations that gets that. And it really makes them... If they could survive against Muscovy, it makes them worth playing. Just wanted to see if there are any nations that get Republican tradition. Colonial traditions tradition gets it. So that's colonial nations. Aachen gets it. Hamburg gets it. Novgorod gets it. Ofali gets it. Those 4. And then the American ambition, the Canadian ambition, Dithmarschen ambition, Irish and Italian ambition. Gets it. And then if you have diplomatic aristocratic policy, you get a 0.4 bonus. And then plutocratic economic gets a 0.2. In fact, can you... Diplomatic aristocratic? Why would aristocratic need a republican tradition bonus? You can't even take aristocratic if you're a republic. I feel like that's being changed. I did remember seeing, like, they've released a new overview of the policies which are being changed in Dharma, and it's basically they're overhauling the entire system. It's great. I think there are more ways of getting Republican tradition now through policies, but before it was almost impossible to boost. Novgorod. How does it feel, Muscovy, to be crushed underfoot like a bug? Did they buff drilling at all after the initial introduction, watching someone else play through on YouTube when Cradle was still new and didn't seem super worth it? I think it's super duper worth it. Like, if you've been watching the multiplayer game, I've been drilling my armies basically from the start of the game. And if you saw my Knights game, where I did not invest much at all into military ideas, and just how much of my armies kicked ass and took names because of my highly drilled armies and because of my high professionalism. Drilling is really worth it because of professionalism. The bonuses you get from that are really quite substantial. Yes, it's worth it. If only for the siege ability. I mean, the extra land fire damage and the shock damage, they're nice. Do a lot more damage, especially when you compound the shock damage with the sheer shock damage that my cavalry are going to be doing, plus the fact that I'm going to be recruiting Cossacks rather than regular cavalry, which is even more shock damage, which means my shock phases are going to be painful. Yes, basically. And I think that that compounds with the actual drill abilities, which will increase shock damage even further. So drill is separate to professionalism. So, yes, to answer your question, it is absolutely worth it. I should be building some more manufactories. Keep getting distracted. Too many shinies. My manpower was just going up during that conflict. Very good. Alright, so what do I want to do about Kazan? Kazan, who are you allied with? You're only allied with me. How big's your military? 26,000. They're going to be primarily cavalry, fighting against my cavalry. Oh, one other thing I should be doing actually is going to geographical, simple terrain, and then zooming in over here. Cossacks, Cossacks, Cossacks. Is that only? It is. These, unfortunately, are not. Ryazan, who are you allied with? You're a vassal of Kazan. Okay. Yeah, I wish I had some more Cossacks available. Because I want to double check Cossacks and raise Cossack host. So I can get 4 more Cossacks this way. Influence goes up, so that becomes 61. Their loyalty goes down, but it's still going to be safe-ish. Sucks a little bit, but it's fine. I could demand military support. Could I improve their influence? I could. Let's grab 100 of you. Clergy. Admin support. Do it. And then the Burghers. Need more influence, and I could not get it high enough. That would go up to 21. I need 25. So I'll just take some cash from you instead. Glorious. Those are being cored. We have 4 more Cossacks. I think I'm just going to add them all to the same army. Or am I? No, I'm going to keep spreading them out. 1 to each. Streetlight Chuck, thank you very much for the follow. And Random Logic, welcome to the channel to you both. Hello. Sejm forces abdication. Jan I knows when his time may soon come. Wishing to secure the title for his dynasty, he has begun to seek support for selecting one of his progeny as next in line, questioning the choice of the Sejm. The nobles have not taken kindly to this and are considering forcing the king to abdicate in favour of the heir they have already chosen for the throne. So, our king can't easily bow to nobles. Lose stability. Election support for Hohenzollern goes down by 10. Or Jan I dies. Now, Jan I is kind of sucky. Except for his tech bonus. However, I am wondering if we do this, if that's going to start us on a path towards a non-elected monarchy, because that's what I really want. I don't like this election system. Democracy, it's horribly overrated. Especially when you're the absolute monarch. I think this is something I'm going to have to look up. I'm just going to do a sneak peek at Commonwealth. How do you reform your government?